Hey YouTube, we are back with another episode of the Jeremy Dewitte case, the series where I am walking through every piece of documented history about Jeremy Dewitte, our favorite serial police impersonator. If you're new to the channel, please hit this link up towards my left, so you can be taken to a playlist of my past videos reacting to the content created by Jeremy Dewitte. Well, technically, the content created by people who documented Jeremy Dewitte. Whatever. Same-ish. So when we last left off, Jeremy was in a lot of trouble, as he usually is. Like he got married, it looks like he was cheating on his wife as well. He was obsessed with having a foreign wife for some odd reason. We all like what we like, but I just find that particular inclination slightly odd. This next part is called the startup. I'm gonna do 3 parts again because these 3 parters probably capture the most in the shortest amount of time because there's just so much on this guy. I hope you all have your beverage. Preferably alcoholic. Just kidding. This is just tea with milk. And we're gonna go ahead and get started. The startup. Sometime after being released from prison, Jeremy Dewitte started a small company called Metro State Special Services. The exact date of when the business was established is still unknown, and I'm pretty sure that's because he never registered it. Because when you have a business that provides a public service, you have to register it with, I'm pretty sure, the county, the city, whoever, I don't know. You just have to, there has to be some piece of paper saying that you exist to own a business like this. And I guess he didn't, so technically, like I said, the only reason you would do that is because you know you look like a cop and you don't want people to question the fact that you look like a cop, so you don't register your business. That's my 2 cents to that. And there are cars that look like police cruisers. Like, that looks like, if I didn't know any better, I would say from far away that looks like a police cruiser, like, or police car. Like, girl. At first glance, it was a modest business that began with 1 or 2 sedans and rapidly expanded into a fleet of vehicles. Metro State Special Services sponsored many local events, including an event for Nemours Children's Hospital. Oh, that is a terrifying mascot. But okay, and Jeremy looks like he's flexing them guns. Take down fake criminals. But even with the success of the business, there were still legal issues, such as the amount of tickets Jeremy Dewitte and his employees were racking up. There was also at least one meeting with Orange County Sheriff Jerry Demings about some of the actions being performed during Metro State's funeral escorts, which I'm fairly certain has to do with him stopping traffic on his cruise. Like, you can't, no matter if you're an escort, I'm pretty sure you can't stop traffic like that. So of course the police are gonna be like, you know, stop doing that, dummy. High-risk entry team, that looks like a police badge. High risk? They're not, people you're escorting are dead. Like, they can't be high, that's the lowest risk, I'm fairly certain. No shade to the people who died. Another interesting situation that crept up was Jeremy Dewitte's interest in having his vehicles photographed next to real police vehicles and fire trucks. Y'all. The fact he got away with this for 10 years is... It's the funniest part of this whole thing. I can't. They look... Can you even... I just have too many questions. We're gonna move on. The photos are there, you see them, you know what I'm thinking. Oh god. Metro State Special Services vehicles would arrive on many scenes, including accidents. The vehicles would park next to these scenes, and photos would be taken by Jeremy Dewitte or another Metro State employee. What? Metro State. So you just showed up at accidents, and then nobody questioned this? Despite what could be described as odd but legal behavior, Metro State Special Services continued to grow. I guess it's legal, like you can park wherever you want, but, you know, girl, like, oh my god. Oh my god, to be the first judge to see these photos, I'm gagged. Alright, well that was a short one, let's go to the influence. Next post. And, oh, okay, who are these fine is that the same guy? I don't know, I have such problems discriminating faces. Oh, no, it's the same guy because of the mole. Okay, who is this? After his release from prison, Jeremy Dewitte was juggling a marriage and dating apps. Shade. But he was also building the now infamous Metro State Special Services. To balance it all, he enlisted the help of a few people he kept close to him. One of these people was his brother, Dylan Kent Vogt. Oh, the young Dewitte. Well, the young Vogt. Wonder why they have different last names. Dylan was born on November 2nd, 1993. He's not that much older than me. He is 13 years younger than Jeremy Dewitte and was only 11 years old when Jeremy was first arrested in January of 2005 for lewd, or that word I can't pronounce, battery on a minor. Like Jeremy, Dylan also inherited recessive auburn hair, and like Jeremy, he would later inherit issues with criminal courts. Ooh, a Batman, an anti-Batman, anti-Robin. Taller and lankier, Dylan Vogt appeared to follow his older brother's lead. The first sign of Jeremy Dewitte's influence was on September 9th, 2013, when Dylan was ticketed for improper passing and driving on pavement. Dylan hired Daniel S. Lapina to defend him, the same Daniel S. Lapina who defended his brother during his criminal cases. Okay, interesting. Before we go on, I'm curious, because normally when you have kids who are both offenders in early life, that usually signals to you a lot about what their home life is like. I mean, some kids, I'm sure, just come out like just being defiant and just naturally just are predisposed to engaging in criminal behaviors or risky behaviors. But to be this prolifically bad in the eyes of the law, there's obviously something going on. And the fact that it's not only affecting Jeremy at all, but also his brother, it could be many things. I don't want to assume until I read through, but I could assume that maybe his home life wasn't that great. Maybe his older brother exerted a lot of influence over him, or maybe they influenced each other. I don't know. There's just so many things I don't know yet about him. But the fact that within this family there just seems to be a lot of criminality at young ages, it's concerning. It's concerning. In 2014, 2015, and 2018, Dylan Vogt received tickets for failure to obey traffic controls, improperly stopping on a sidewalk, and having prohibited red and blue lights on his vehicle. Okay, for most of these traffic citations, he retained Amir Ladon, the same Amir Ladon who assisted Jeremy Dewitte in the past in traffic court, and the same Amir Ladon who is Jeremy's current criminal defense attorney. You need to start inviting these lawyers to like Thanksgiving. Like they're so acquainted with Jeremy's family. It's insane. Many people would elect to attend traffic school or handle a citation head-on without legal assistance, but by 2014, Dylan Vogt was used to attorneys and the court system because on November 24th, 2013, he was arrested and charged with lewd blah blah battery on a 12-year-old. 12 to 15. Oh my god, bro. Both brothers are pervs. Oh my god. In a similar situation as his older brother Jeremy Dewitte, Dylan Vogt was accused of a sex crime. Unlike his older brother, Dylan was accused of attempting to commit the act. 28 other people were arrested in Osceola County, Florida, in a child sex... Oh my gosh, Chris Hansen! Did Chris Hansen catch him? No. I'm sure those things happen all the time. If he was on Chris Hansen, I would know about it because I watched Chris Hansen a lot. Not now because it's controversial, but before I used to. Dylan was one of the 28 arrested. Detectives posed as juveniles in chat rooms, and some of the accused sent graphic... Okay, I already know how this all goes. Blah, 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 blah. They basically just pretended to be children, but they weren't. Dylan Vogt was charged with unlawful use of a two-way communication device, possession of 20 grams or less of cannabis, possession of drug paraphernalia, traveling to meet a minor for unlawful sexual act, criminal attempt to solicit or conspire, and lewd battery on a 12 to 15-year-old. Ooh, gosh darn it. Ronald Ecker was Dylan's defense attorney. Why can't I read today, y'all? Ronald Ecker was Dylan's defense attorney, and at his first appearance on November 25th, 2013, Dylan's bond was set as $65,250, which was $62,750 more than his brother Jeremy Dewitte's $2,500 bond in 2005, when Jeremy was accused of 2 counts of... They're using this word to taunt me. Lewd battery on a 12 to 15-year-old. Dylan Vogt was bonded out a week later on December 2nd, 2013. Wow. That is insane. Okay, I disagree with him having added charges because of cannabis. I live in California. That doesn't fly here. But if I were going to engage in this unlawful behavior, I would not think to bring drug paraphernalia with me. You know? Like, they're just like, I would... If I didn't want to be a federal criminal or a felon, I would not pretend to be a cop. There's just so many things they could have chosen not to do. For one, Dylan could have chosen not to attempt that word on a minor. So, I don't know where that tangent came from. On September 17th, 2014, Dylan took a plea deal and he was given 12 months of community control, a stricter form of probation, and an additional 4 years of actual probation. He was ordered to complete 100 hours of community service and a drug and alcohol evaluation. Dylan Vogt only pled guilty to unlawful use of a two-way communication, possession of 20 grams or less of cannabis, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Okay, on August 11, 2015, Dylan's defense attorney filed a motion to modify because he wanted to be able to return to his parents' home. His sister and her son lived in the home, and Dylan was unable to live there because his nephew was a minor. There is a Dewitte sister. I wonder what her story is. That both of her brothers legally have, between them, have, a life sentence. On August 17th, 2015, the motion was granted and Dylan was able to return home on the condition his interactions with his nephew were supervised at all times. Daniel Lapina, defense attorney for Jeremy Dewitte's previous criminal cases, became the defense attorney for Dylan Vogt, and on September 27, 2017, he filed a motion asking for early termination of Dylan's 4-year probation. The motion was denied on May 16, 2018, and in September 2019, Dylan Vogt's probation ended. Ironically, Dylan's probation ended the same month his brother Jeremy Dewitte was arrested by Windermere police on September 7, 2019. This also wasn't the end of Dylan Vogt's own troubles, because an incident that occurred in the summer of 2017 would come back to haunt him and his brother Jeremy. So much drama. Okay, so real quick, the fact that Dylan is... I think that in the grand scheme of things, he's worse in some ways than his brother. In a different way, because the whole preying on children, knowing that they're a child, because it's still unclear whether or not Jeremy knew that he was meeting up with a minor or something. I don't know. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he didn't know. With Dylan, though, it's very clear, because in those sextings, you know what age they are. That's what the prosecution bases their whole case on. So in my opinion, I think Dylan is the more dangerous of the brothers. It is kind of ironic that his probation ends as soon as Jeremy gets arrested again. I have a feeling just the god of criminal justice was just this isn't right. Equilibrium can't happen in the Dewitte Vogt family. The Brain. Hey, Piggy and the Brain. Piggy and the Brain was a 1995 cartoon that lasted 4 seasons on Kids WB. It was a Steven Spielberg production and received its own spin-off after the characters gained popularity during their 1993 appearance on another animated television series, Animaniacs. I loved Animaniacs. Pinky was sweet, but a little naive and goofy, while Brain was clever and always plotting. Brain had plans to take over the world, and if those plans ended poorly, Pinky was usually the cause of the failure. Brain was the most intelligent and emotionally cold of the two, and Pinky was kind and scatterbrained. I wonder where this analogy is going to come in. In March 2018, there was a text conversation on Kik Messenger between Jeremy Dewitte and his love interest Jennifer about the cartoon. So just talking about the cartoon. Sending a fortune cookie. Pretty lame, but okay. Fortune slip, baby, what are you doing? Working every day, Pinky. Oh, Pinky and the Brain. Okay. Kind of a weird... I wouldn't tell that joke to someone I wanted to bang unless I really, really knew them very well. Okay. Jeremy called Jennifer Pinky, and she corrected him with a wink, stating she was clearly the brain of the two. But Jeremy insisted he was smarter than her. You don't do that. When Jeremy Dewitte was... Even if you believe it, you don't do that. When Jeremy Dewitte was using Kik to message Jennifer, he again chose a username which referenced Special Forces. He's obsessed with Special Forces things. I don't understand. Every cop who puts this on in the morning knows there's a chance they might not come back at night. Let's appreciate our cops. But you're not a cop. I guess you can appreciate them, but you're not one. You're not. You're not. Oh, gosh. Okay. During this time period, it appeared the two got along well as two people who were having an affair could get along. Jeremy Dewitte wanted to meet her immediately, and the feeling appeared to be mutual. Jeremy and Jennifer met, and in court documents, she claimed she stated to him, "You look just like a cop." Jennifer, shade. According to news articles and court documents, Jennifer would later say Jeremy Dewitte told her he used to be an Oviedo police officer, a soldier with the U.S. Army, and when they began dating, he was a security officer who owned his business. And he's also married. And so I'm sure he didn't tell you that. I'm sure he didn't tell you, first of all, he didn't tell you that all of that is fake, and he's married. He has a wife. But okay. Jeremy Dewitte claimed he was in the military and in the elite position of being a part of Special Forces operations, hence the SFOPS 2105 username. According to Jennifer's statements and evidence presented, you're pretending to be a Marine now? Or part of military? That's low. This would be the second but not the final time someone claimed Jeremy Dewitte led them to believe he was a member of law enforcement. It was the first time, however, someone claimed he led them to believe he was a veteran. Yeah, like, what? Now? Girl, that is shameful. Based on Jennifer's statements, it appeared she liked Jeremy Dewitte, and the two continued dating and made plans for the future. And all these disgusting text messages. Okay. They're pretty uneventful. Oh my gosh. Wait, he's at the office of the sheriff. But he's not a sheriff. Like, what? Who is that guy? Are they real? Is that just a cutout? Wait, what? All the plans for their future appeared to be in jeopardy when officers from Orlando Police Department arrived at Jeremy's door and arrested him in front of his wife Renaya on April 7th, 2018. Ooh. Jeremy Dewitte was charged with one count of failure of a sex offender to register an electronic mail address or internet identifier, and he was charged with one count of failure of a sex offender to report to Sheriff FDLE, Florida Department of Law Enforcement. Both of these charges were third-degree felonies and punishable by up to 5 years in prison. For the first time in 7 years, Jeremy Dewitte was back in a criminal courtroom because the woman he thought was gullible Pinky was actually Shrewd Brain. I called it double agent. Double agent. She is on the side of justice. She is not a Dewitte lover. She is on our side. Oh my gosh. Wow, so that was a lot. That was a lot to process. What I'm getting from that is that there is just this history of criminality within his family. And y'all, this is only scratching the surface. So I am excited to keep going with this series. I'm going to post another video tomorrow, and we will get on it. All right.